Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As always, welcome to Stories Written by a Current Person. We have some breaking news coming out of the San Diego area, and I hope that this little article right here serves as an eye-opening lesson to each and every single one of you. Those of you still involved, those of you that are still knee-deep, those of you that are still interacting with mob activity. It never ends well. It never ends well, and I can assure you right now that they're watching, that they're letting you be, and that they're building up a crime against you, and that you will fall. So it has been brought to my attention that just recently there has been two women over 40 years old that have been recently sentenced to federal prison. One woman by the name of Markella Marshall was apparently a secretary for the Mexican Mafia and worked directly underneath these mobsters, handling their drug transactions as well as money laundering. But their main bread and butter was the transportation of drugs inside of these county jails and prison systems. The woman, Markella, was initially out of a San Diego gang called the East Side San Diego. This woman was sentenced to 180 months in prison. Yes, you heard that correctly. This woman, the secretary of the mob who was issuing out drugs all throughout these Southern California jail systems and prison systems and whatnot, she was sentenced to 180 months in prison. That's 15 years in prison. 15 years in prison. I know people who have gotten manslaughter charges. I know people who have gotten murder raps and have gotten less time than that. That just goes to show that they ain't playing. The woman underneath Markella is a 47-year-old by the name of Marcia de la Cruz. This woman was also responsible for transporting drugs all throughout these county jail systems, throughout these prison systems. She would even go as far as to disguise the drugs in legal mail in order to, avoid detection. This woman that worked underneath, this head honcho secretary, she was sentenced to 48 months in prison. That's 4 years. 4 years. Man, we're talking, that's a long time. 15 years and 4 years. The one that worked directly underneath these mobsters got 15 years. And the one that worked underneath her got 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this serves as an eye-opening lesson to each and every single one of you. I know there's a lot of you that watch, that are still involved in the lifestyle, and I hope this at least plants a little seed in your mind, man, to let you know, man, hey, wake up. Wake up. Don't let this be you. Don't let this next article be about you. And I know you might think, hey, I've been getting away with it for so long. I've been getting away with it for a year, 2 years. Man, ladies and gentlemen, you ain't getting away with nothing. I can assure you that they're watching, that they're listening, that they're tapping into phone calls, that one of your fellow homeboys would eventually fold and throw you underneath the bus to save themselves. That's the name of the game. You know what I'm saying? Or if not, you can keep it solid and you can catch those 15 years. So tell me, if you're a 23, 25-year-old male or female, can you really handle 15 years coming out when you're 40-something years old? Or when you're 40 years old like this woman and catching a 15-year sentence and get out when you're almost 60? And another thing that I'm aware of, and I've interacted with several people that are inside these women's prisons, and those of you who think that when you get to these female prisons that they're politicking, that it's all about gangs, I can assure you that's completely the opposite. I can assure you that most of these women that were knee-deep, heavily involved in mob activity, the majority of them have since decided to walk away. Why? Because they see that's a bunch of nonsense. And you don't have to take my word for it. You just have to do a little investigating yourself to come to find out, what's really going on. So there it is. There's gonna be another banging ass interview dropping a little bit later. Please be on the lookout. And man, be careful out there.